Hi, I'm Jeff, the Thrifty Overlander. In this video, we're going to go on an adventure, so come along. This trip occurred in November of 2019 and is kind of based around a larger gathering that is the underground event that occurs annually, which is really an event for people that are enthusiasts of exploring abandoned mines. I'll go into a little more detail about the event during the narration of this video. The 2019 event was held in Panamint Valley at Ballarat at the campground there, and we did kind of 3 days and did some events. First off, we did run up Jail Canyon to see the Corona mine, not related to the virus. There's a pretty large group that went on this little day trip, and it was a lot of fun, and it's always a pretty interesting mine to see. The main focus of this video is the drive up to the Upper Jackpot Mine, and that's kind of in the mountains above Ballarat. The road is about 9 miles each way. It's an out and back, and in that distance it gains about 4,500 feet in elevation. The road is obviously used fairly well, there's no two ways around that, but I don't really hear of a lot of people doing this run. It's not very well known or anything like that. It's a really fun run. It's not exactly a rock crawling type of situation or anything like that. Most any four-wheel drive can handle this. The main thing is you are on some pretty steep roads, you climb pretty fast, and you are kind of on some shelf roads that can be a little bit harrowing, that you are fairly close to some edges along the way. I'd have to say probably one of the biggest draws is the main vistas overlooking Panamint Valley. You really get some elevation and overlook pretty quickly, and it's really nice if you enjoy desert vistas. This is a great road for you. We had 6 vehicles on this day trip, and I think we probably spent about 6 hours total on the whole thing. Plenty of stops and hanging out and looking things over and stuff like that. Getting back to the event that this weekend was kind of based around, the Underground is a yearly event, and it's normally held over at Tacopa at some mines around there. We kind of lost our location in that case, so this 2019 was moved to the campground at Ballarat. They were nice enough to host us there, and we've had up to 250 people at the event. I think this 2019 wasn't as well advertised or whatever, so there was a little over 100 people there for this particular event. The event really is just a gathering of people that enjoy underground mine exploring, the abandoned mines. So that's just kind of a gathering that's known about in that group. Typically throughout the event during the day, people will go and explore abandoned mines in the area, and then every evening there's kind of some events or activities that occur, including sort of a party. We've had drawings for prizes, all kinds of stuff like that. Since getting to these abandoned mines typically takes four-wheel drive vehicles, there's always been kind of a little bit of a crossover with underground and off-roading, so that's kind of where my start into this whole world kind of got started as well. If this is a type of event you'd be interested in, check out the Underground Explorers Facebook page, and there'll be announcements and stuff like that if and when it occurs next. We're hoping to do it again, I think this October. Kind of depends on the virus. Once you get to the Upper Jackpot Mine, there are plenty of equipment to check out, and ore bins and other workings around the area. It's always fun to check out these abandoned mines. Heading back down the mountain, we kind of hit the golden hour, and that's always nice, prettier colors and everything in the landscapes.
Alright, fellas, move just hold the car.
I had to kind of laugh at that talk over the radio right there. That was Tom down in Ballarat, and he had heard that there was a flat tire along the way. I'll cover that in a second. But Tom is pretty well famous for getting the most flat tires of anybody that I've ever known. He can go through several tires a trip. You never know with him. On this trip, I kind of hung back a little bit from the rest of the group. That's why he's on this part of it on the video on the way down. I'm more or less alone on this, so sometimes I like to just hang out a little bit and check things out and just have the drive by myself. It's kind of fun down there. For this trip, we ended up almost making it back all the way back to camp at Ballarat. Then actually had a casualty where we had one flat tire. The Jeep Grand Cherokee was our first victim, but not the last for the weekend, that's for sure. Next day we were going to do what we call the loop out of Panamint Valley up and into the Death Valley National Park and back down, but we were kind of cut short because one vehicle got two flat tires at the same spot. We decided it was just better to call it and go back another day. So then the fourth day actually was kind of on our way home, and Sean and I made a stop at the Trona Pinnacles and drove around and did some things around there for a nice little break on the drive home. The Pinnacles are always pretty interesting to drive around, and it's also a great place to camp. You can camp amongst them, and it's pretty interesting that way. Hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, I'd really appreciate it if you hit that like button and subscribe. We'll see you on the trail.